once we do age adjustment, then we can allow comparisons to be made over time in a meaningful way. So here, for example, are cancer death rates for men between 1930 and 1999. And they have been age adjusted and adjusted to the 2000 US standard population. This is a popular standard thing to do, to use the 2000 standard population now. And now we've taken away the impact of the size of the population and the aging of the population. And so now these comparisons are quite meaningful. So we can see that the stomach cancer rate is going down. Most rates are going down. Eventually the prostate is coming down too. They're all coming down. Of course, the elephant in the room is the lung cancer. But even that, look at this, it's coming down now. It's huge relative to everything else, but it is coming down. With women, we're seeing something almost similar. Everything's sort of flat, except there's a little coming down for the colon and rectum cancers, but everything else is sort of pretty flat. There's stomach cancer has made a nice decline, and breast cancer is starting to make some sort of decline here. Let's hope that that goes on. The lung cancer is pretty much on the increase, although at the end there's a slight hint that something is going down. But it's still, well, let's put them side by side and see what the male and the female look like. The pictures are very similar, you see, with the stomachs. Other than that, it's in the large, pretty flat, and the screaming message is what's happening with the lung cancer. And we see that the men picked up much sooner than the women, and they're starting to come down more pronouncedly than the women. In fact, let me just pull that one out, and then what you've got is, here's the male cancer rate, and here's the female. Now, if I superimpose, or if we superimpose the per capita cigarette consumption, we see that these two curves are pretty much parallel to each other. They really are very much parallel to each other, except that there's a lag here of what, about 30 years or so. And that's what makes it very difficult to try and convince teenagers, young people, don't smoke because something will happen to you in 30 years' time, is not a very convincing argument, unfortunately. But anyway, with women, they are starting to improve, hopefully. This decrease in the smoking rate, in the consumption, is mostly due to men. But the comparisons are valid over time if we make this. But remember, it's a construct. You have to decide what you use as your standard population, and that can impact your results. Just as you saw with the hospital ranking, if you pushed up the ones that you liked, that were you doing well, that might impact the overall. So in summary, standardization, for example, age adjustment, that's typically done for age adjustment, allows two groups of different compositions to be compared. And the way we do it is by taking a standard population. So we standardize and make them, both groups, look exactly the same, and then we can combine the rates. But remember, it is a construct. This is a construct. And we used to use 1940, now we use the US 2000, because it looks more similar to where we are right now. Possibly in the future, once the baby boomer worked its way through, that might even change.